What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rant, no hate. I was thinking about something a while ago. I almost did this video a while ago. I remember when Canelo Alvarez was saying he has no interest in fighting Terence Crawford. He said he has nothing to gain, right? He says if he beats Terence Crawford, people are going to say he was too small. Now notice he said if. Not after I beat Terence Crawford, but if I beat Terence Crawford. Now, people can say, oh, that's just the terminology he chose to use. There's other fighters, like David Benavidez. He talks as if this guy isn't on his level. So wait, even for Terence Crawford to do what he's done at the smaller weights, that's one of the things Canelo ended up highlighting later, after he started, getting criticized for not fighting Terence Crawford. Like he was making an excuse to fight, to not fight Terence Crawford. Now, there's a lot of people that feel like the size difference is going to come into play. Canelo being a naturally bigger guy, stronger and everything. At the same time, Terence Crawford, he's saying this is going to be a great fight for the fans. He's saying Terence Crawford is better than Floyd. He's smarter than Floyd. He can switch up. Yeah, he's going to say that. You know why? Which I don't care what his personal opinion is, okay? But he's going to say that because he wants it to look like, okay, I think Crawford is better than Floyd, and I beat Floyd. Well, here's the deal. Doesn't make a difference who you think is better. Floyd already beat you. And that bullshit excuse about I was young and green. No, you wasn't green, motherfucker. You had 40 plus fights in your belt as a pro, and you had already fought some good, solid fighters before you got to Floyd, which is why people thought that you were going to win. And the fact of the matter is, when Floyd beat you, Floyd was 36 years old. Now you're 30, you'll be 35, and Terence Crawford will be 38. Floyd's last pro fight was at 38 years old. And he was ranked pound for pound best fighter in the world at 38. So, at the end of the day, what would make you really look really bad is if Crawford does win. Doesn't matter who you thought was better. What would your excuse be then? Crawford waited till you got old, and Crawford's older than you. Not to mention coming up from a much smaller weight class overall. So, the whole thing is, what people are failing to really pay attention to in this situation, the money, we know, is that extra incentive. Because if you look at it, this dude fought Berlanga. This dude fought Jaime Munguia. Okay? Canelo's going to make his money regardless. But he still has yet to face David Benavidez. Because you know what? He's not confident he'll beat Benavidez. I hear people saying things like Terence Crawford shouldn't go up and down in weight. He should stay at 168. Crawford's not trying to make a career at 168. Crawford, let me tell you something. He was asked about David Benavidez, right? And Crawford said, you talk about him being a much bigger guy, naturally taller, rangier. Okay, you know how you guys always talk about styles make fights? Man, let me tell you guys something, man. Crawford's too damn little. He's too damn little. Benavidez is a whole different type of fight. It's a whole, and Crawford knows that. He knows that. This motherfucker already went to 175. He knows it's a different fight. Canelo knows it's a different fight. And what Canelo, remember how Canelo at one point proudly said he's the greatest Mexican fighter of all time, right? He proudly said he believed he'll go down as the greatest fighter of all time. Then, when you start to lose fights, like, him losing to Bevel, they're not keeping his word, claiming he wanted the rematch, right? But at 168, and then Bevel says he wants the rematch at 168 because the excuse is that Canelo was too small, even though he wasn't too small when he beat Sergey Kovalev. But you see what Canelo don't want to happen? He knows, should he lose to Benavidez, all of that best Mexican fighter stuff, well, no, they're going to look at you and say, well, you were at one point, but now all the attention is going to be on Benavidez, who's younger and have more time left in the sport. Unless things happen, because sometimes people just, they fall out of their prime quicker than others. It does happen, but he doesn't want that. Deep down inside, he knows regardless that there's going to be people that's going to say they don't think he's the greatest boxer of all time. But hey, greatest Mexican boxer of all time, well, maybe they'll give him that. Now he's saying he don't say he's the best Mexican fighter. Maybe like when his career is over, then maybe we'll see. And he's trying to be a little more humble in that sense. But let's just be honest. Do you think that the Mexican fans don't want to see him versus Benavidez? Now, his Mexican fans, his fans, might not want to see that, because I don't think that they are any more confident that he'll beat Benavidez than he is. And that's what the fear of Canelo is. Canelo don't want to be seen as second best Mexican fighter. He doesn't want to be seen that way. He doesn't want to be in a position where people are looking at him one day going, you used to be. So when his career is over, this is what happens with egotistical fighters. Why do you think to this very day this guy keeps bringing up Floyd's name? That loss bothers this dude, man. Why do you think he always want to try to tell everybody, oh, he was young, he was this and that? Boy, you were 23. Floyd won his first championship at 22, 21, 22. You were 23. And Floyd didn't have 40-plus belts, fights under his belt like you do. Okay, and he said, he even tried to shit on Crawford at one point. And you remember, he said Crawford didn't do anything at the heavier weights. He'd do this stuff at the smaller weights. Hey, he tried to take credit away. And what I feel like with Canelo is, I don't believe that bullshit. People say he's not confident. I think that between the two, he feels like he has a better chance of beating Crawford than Benavidez. Don't get it fucked up. A fight between him and Benavidez could have been made, with or without Turkey Al-Sheikh. He didn't want that smoke. It's Canelo. He talk about the dude is Mexican. He represent Mexico, right? So he don't want to fight Mexicans, but then he goes and fight Jaime Munguia. Okay, but not only then he say he's not scared. Why do you have to keep saying you're not scared? Nobody, right? We believe you are, but you had to come out with that. I ain't not scared. I ain't fight anybody. No, man. You didn't want that smoke, and you went from all of these excuses to end up talking about how the guy was not nice to you. Man, I remember Benavidez standing in the crowd smiling at Canelo, and he wouldn't say nothing bad about Canelo, trying to stay on his good side. And I talked about those things in the past. And let's just be real. That's what this shit comes down to. I have a better chance of beating a much smaller guy coming up in weight than this guy named David Benavidez that's already my weight class, who I just don't feel confident that I can beat. There's no reason. There is no reason. Let's just be real. There's no reason that him and Benavidez shouldn't have fought already. And here's the thing. Benavidez was calling him out when he was like 22, 23. So, here's my thing. Canelo gets the sympathy. People they want to make excuses for him about his age when he fought Floyd. Then how fucking dare you put him in the same category as a Wilfredo Benitez or Mike Tyson or Floyd Mayweather or Muhammad Ali? Because you want to know what nobody made it, or Devin Haney, because nobody said, hey man, those guys are only 22, 23, 21, 17. Nobody made excuses for them. Even when Devin Haney fought Lomachenko, nobody said, hey man, this kid's only 23 years old, man. Hey, and he went in there and fought a debatable, a back and forth with Lomachenko. Then they made excuses about Lomachenko's age. Then Lomachenko went there and destroyed Kambosos. And y'all thought this was going to be a great fight. And I remember people saying, oh, Lomachenko didn't duck Haney. He went and fought for better opportunity against what's his name, Teofimo. But then what happens? Kambosos comes and beats him. Yeah, Kambosos comes and beats him, and people was talking about make the fight, Kambosos versus Lomachenko, make the fight. Look at what happened. You all thought that this was going to be a really great fight until he went in there, and I really didn't see, like I said, unless Lomachenko fell off, I really don't see Kambosos doing much of anything with Lomachenko. And we see how that fight went. So, you know, all of this, I don't fight this guy because this guy don't play nice with me. He no nice. He no play nice. He no nice to me. And all of this nonsense. You know what I find funny is because y'all blast Shakur Stevenson for saying that him and Keyshawn won't fight because they're close. But it's funny, y'all don't blast Tyson Fury for not fighting Joseph Parker. Y'all don't, you know, and Joseph Parker thing is like he said, he didn't, more he's talking about all the things that Fury's done for him. I let him train and he did this and he did that. But at the same fucking time, you know, it's like he don't want to look ungrateful, but he made it known that he would fight if Fury wanted to fight. But other than that, it's not something he's going to press and call Fury out and all that, and he didn't. But somehow Canelo, let's stay away from that. Let's not even make a conversation about why he won't fight Benavidez, and he's at a point where he can fight whoever he wants. This is the nonsense that's spewed out of the mouth of his fans, other people within boxing, and it's disgusting to me because it's like nobody can give an actual good reason as to why Canelo won't fight Benavidez. And the fact that y'all suck this man off the way y'all do because y'all fans and have a slave mentality to you won't even open your mouth and say the same things about Canelo that you say about other fighters in a heartbeat. But when it comes to Canelo, nah, Canelo can cherry pick if he want. And see, we know cherry picks, they often go wrong. This could very well be one of those situations of a cherry pick gone wrong. This very well can be a situation like that. I'll just tell you guys like this. Whatever happens, happens. And if Canelo does lose this fight, he's fighting a guy that's older than him. What excuse is he going to have then? I'm not buying the bullshit excuse about the Floyd fight because, like I said, I remember how many people was just, they were confident that Floyd was going to lose. He was going to get his ass whipped by Canelo. And when that shit didn't happen, damn, now we got to come up with another excuse. I tell you what, how this works is really simple, people. It doesn't matter how good or how great you are at something. When you are at the top, you're supposed to be different. Your resume is supposed to be different. You want to fight the top guys. This is what champions did once upon a time. Now it's more like I want everybody to fight each other and eliminate each other. So I only have to fight one of you motherfuckers. Then I can cherry pick. Fight another one of you motherfuckers. Then cherry pick some more. Way before I'm out of my prime. And this is what you see this guy do. Real shit. People can talk what they want. This dude is terrified of Benavidez. He don't want to fight Benavidez because he don't want to lose. He don't want to, and not only is it, oh, he represents Mexico. No, he doesn't want to lose to another Mexican either. Because he knows whatever Mexican fighter beat him, Mexicans are going to go, oh shit, we got a new king. And especially when there's a rematch and you lose it again. He's not confident that he can beat Benavidez. He knows it, Benavidez knows it, and the people know it. His fans are going to glaze him just like any other fighter who fans glaze them, but you know what? It doesn't change the facts. Dude wants no smoke and no parts of Benavidez. And bottom line, he'd rather fight a smaller Terrence Crawford. That shit can backfire and he can wind up losing that fight to Crawford as well. But, you know, what's the reason that he won't fight Benavidez when he fought Munguia? When he went out there and fought the other dude, I said his name already, but go out and fight a prospect. He fought a freaking prospect, man. A prospect. And you fight guys of that stature, and then you turn around and say Benavidez has done nothing, just to end up saying he's not nice to me. And you fucking Canelo fans sit back and let him get off the hook with that. Hey, man, this dude is becoming a joke. Like Bob Arum said, he's nothing but a businessman now. He's fighting nobody that we want to see him fight, and his fans is allowing it. And that's what it is. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.